Wink News is Campaign Central. Biden and Trump pointed fingers, calling each other criminals, challenging each other to a golf match, and passionately spoke about the future of our country in tonight's debate in Atlanta. Thank you for joining us on the Night Beat. I'm Amanda Hall.
And I'm Russ McCaskey. They have descended from the stage, but their rivalry is far from over. The Night Beat's Claire Galt joins us now live from Atlanta. She is the only local reporter to attend tonight's debate.
Claire, things got heated.
And Amanda, tonight's debate could not have been more different than when Joe Biden and Donald Trump tangled with each other 4 years ago. Those muted mics, they worked. If the two were talking over each other, we could not hear it, but there was a split screen, so we could see a few uncomfortable moments, like when the two men talked about the border.
I've changed it in a way that now you're in a situation where there are 40% fewer people coming across the border illegally. That's better than when he left office. And I'm going to continue to move until we get the total ban on the total initiative relative to what we can do with more Border Patrol and more asylum officers.
President Trump?
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either. Look, we had the safest border in the history of our country. The border, all he had to do was leave it. All he had to do was leave it. He decided to open up our border, open up our country to people that are from prisons, people that are from mental institutions, insane asylum, terrorists.
Now, the president, as expected, labeled the former president a convicted criminal, and Trump, he punched right back.
But when he talks about a convicted felon, his son is a convicted felon at a very high level. His son is convicted, going to be convicted probably numerous other times. Should have been convicted before, but his Justice Department let the statute of limitations lapse on the most important things. But he could be a convicted felon as soon as he gets out of office. Joe could be a convicted felon with all of the things that he's done.
The idea that I did anything wrong relative to what you're talking about is outrageous. It's simply a lie. The crimes that you are still charged with, and think of all the civil penalties you have. How many billions of dollars do you owe in civil penalties for molesting a woman in public, for doing a whole range of things, of having sex with a porn star on the night while your wife was pregnant? I mean, what are you talking about? You have the morals of an alley cat.
Now, both men got emotional, heated even when they were discussing Americans in uniform, and then they got angry when the debate turned to the topic of the war in Afghanistan.
When he was president, they were still killing people in Afghanistan. He didn't do anything about that. When he was president, we were still finding ourselves in a position where you had a notion that we were this safe country. The truth is, I'm the only president this century that doesn't have any, this decade, that doesn't have any troops dying anywhere in the world like he did.
No general got fired for the most embarrassing moment in the history of our country, Afghanistan, where we left billions of dollars of equipment behind. We lost 13 beautiful soldiers, and 38 soldiers were obliterated. And by the way, we left people behind, too. We left American citizens behind.
Now, near the end, the moderators asked both of them the million-dollar question, the one about their age and their ability to serve for 4 more years. But what we got from Trump and Biden was really just a clash of egos. Listen.
I just won 2 club championships, not even senior, 2 regular club championships. To do that, you have to be quite smart, and you have to be able to hit the ball a long way, and I do it. He doesn't do it. He can't hit a ball 50 yards. He challenged me to a golf match. He can't hit a ball 50 yards.
Look, I'd be happy to have a driving contest with him. The reason I got my handicap, which when I was vice president, down to a 6. But by the way, I told you before, I'm happy to play golf with you if you carry your own bag.
Now, predictably, guys, social media has not been very kind to either man, to Trump in particular, when the debate centered around his, quote, relationship with a porn star, and to Biden for apparently freezing several times. One Democratic strategist actually told the New York Times, quote, the Democrats just committed collective suicide. Now, I will have complete coverage and reaction for you tomorrow morning on Wink News starting at 5 a.m. I'm live in Atlanta. Claire Galt, Wink News.